National media doesn't want to hear our voices. They're like the sales reps for abortion. They deceived the Irish nation. And what we want to do is to send a clear message to national media as well, that they won't silence our voices.
13,243 babies were killed by abortion in 2 years. More than the population of Arklow, more than the population of Santry, almost the population of Killarney. And we're here to say that that must stop. Because the truth is being heard, however much the media want to ignore it, or however much TDs like Holly Cairns of the Social Democrats, who wanted our billboards banned, wants to suppress it. And isn't it interesting how the Soc Dems are so quick to dismiss actual democracy and free speech and transparency and informing the public when they want the truth kept hidden and the actual facts about abortion silenced?
Just under 13,000 abortions have been performed not because there was a risk to life or health of the mother, or there was an emergency, or the baby had a life-limiting condition. But this is what the Irish people were sold. They were made to believe that the 8 needed to be repealed in order to be compassionate towards women in these difficult circumstances. But instead, they opened the floodgates and got abortion on demand. But I wholeheartedly believe that these figures do not reflect the heart of the Irish people. I don't believe for a second that the majority of the Irish public who voted yes in the 2018 referendum realised that they were voting for the flushing of up to 9-week-old aborted babies down the toilet, as the HSE suggests that mothers can do when they have home abortions. I don't believe that the Irish public voted for stabbing babies in the heart, as one doctor has said in a UCC report. These are horrific realities of abortion that are conveniently not talked about. But these are the realities that need to be highlighted every day by people like you. Because the Irish public were lied to. They were emotionally manipulated and made to feel like abortion was the compassionate answer for a pregnant mother in crisis. But we know it's not. Abortion is the answer for a woman who feels like she has no options left. For a woman who has been let down by society and our government, who is told she can be helped in her pregnancy by a free abortion paid for by the Irish taxpayer, but offered no real support by the same government if she wants to keep her baby.
It's a horrific figure. It's 18 children today, it's 18 children tomorrow, and it's 18 children every single day for the foreseeable future. On a humanitarian level, it's a heartbreaking disaster. On an individual level, for each of these children, it is the end of the world for them. And on a human rights basis, it is a grave injustice. And 70% of the abortions that are happening in this state at the moment are happening because of economic reasons. And the pro-choice government that exists in this Dáil say that they are pro-choice, but the economic policies that they're implementing are making women feel that they have no choice. They're pushing women, pregnant women, into homelessness. They're pushing pregnant women into poverty. They're creating this situation that is happening right now around the country. And I believe it's our job to make sure that there is a practical solution for women, that women and their children are given all the economic and social supports that they need to make sure that they can live to their full potential. Practical, compassionate support is the answer to this government.
The media are going to try and shut us down. They've done it before. They did it with the Google ads. They did it with the Facebook ads. And they are going to try and shut down the pro-life voice. We must not let that happen. All we want is fair play. And all we want is compassion. That one word, compassion. Compassion for the unborn. Compassion for the babies. That's all we want.
National media doesn't want to hear our voices. It wants to promote abortion. They're like the sales reps for abortion. They deceived the Irish nation. Absolutely deceived people. And what we want to do is to send a clear message to national media as well, that they won't silence our voices. Not now, not ever. Pro-choice. Where's the baby's choice? What about the 3-day waiting period that they're all lobbying so hard to get rid of? Well, I tell you, the showering there could do with a 3-day reflection period. To reflect on the destruction of the Irish nation, because it's nothing short than the destruction the destruction of life. There's not one policy or one bit of legislation in there that's pro-family.
Thank you very much. And, you know, the one thing I can say with the fine, mighty crowd of hundreds of people here tonight, we're back. We're back. Well, I will say one thing. They promised us there'd be no late-term abortion in there. They lied. If I mentioned that there'd be 13,243 abortions in this country, I would have been thrown out of the Dáil a couple of years ago. They misled you. They misled this country bit by bit, as long as they could get this abortion law through, and the reporters of this country and the media backed them all the way. But you know what? It's not enough. They're inside there trying to see can they bring in better laws so they can have quicker and better abortions, they call it. They're trying to interfere with the laws of other countries to see would they bring in abortion instead of minding their own business. One of your speakers said they'd like to have a meeting with Stephen Donnelly. He won't have a hope because he wants to save lives. There's end-of-life policies all they're thinking about in there. Abortion is all they're thinking about in there.
We asked them, we begged them, and they ignored us. But now we demand that they listen to us. Now I ask for Stephen Donnelly to meet us, to meet our parents, to hear our stories and to see pictures of our babies and to tell us that they don't matter. The government have no interest in supporting us. They've only interest in ending these babies' lives.
Genacare do amazing work every day on the front lines, helping and supporting women with unexpected pregnancies. They don't get a penny off the government for this vital work. Yet they have saved hundreds of babies by offering women real support and compassion instead of abortion.
Good people who come to you and say, shouldn't you take a middle position? There is no middle position. It is black or it is white. And that is the end. They regard us as some kind of historical remnant. But we are going to show them that we are not.
We're going up against RTA and the Irish Times and all these other mainstream media organisations who we love. We love the mainstream media, don't we? You know, the fundamental thing when you think about Irish media is the fact that it is 100% lopsided in one direction, and that direction is pro-abortion and really just liberalism in general. If you're somebody who is in any way socially conservative or has family values, as Carol was talking about, you basically don't have a voice. Which is astonishing when you think about the fact that there are about 700,000 people, about a third of the electorate, who reliably vote against these referenda when they come down the track. And yet, according to the media, if you were to turn on the nightly news, you'd reach the conclusion that 100% of the country was in agreement on these issues. Are we all in agreement on these issues? Organisations like GRIPT will continue to expose the reality of what's happening in this country. It really is like David and Goliath, but we will be patient, we will be disciplined, and we will succeed. Because the pro-choice side, they didn't give up in 1983 when the 8th went into the Constitution, and we sure as hell aren't going to give up now that it's gone out.
And we're going to hear the voice now that is so often absent from this debate, the voice of the unborn baby. And let's hope the TDs and senators in the Dáil who think it's okay to kill the little baby whose heart you're going to hear can hear this sound as well.